is Joe Kelly, and this is my plan for my final major project. So, when I started out this for the past year, I've been really thinking about what my project could be, and leading up to it, I really thought I had a good, strong idea that I could make. When starting this project, I thought it was a good idea to sort of take a step back and then reevaluate the situation, and then look at 3 strong ideas that I could make, and then maybe choose one of them instead of the ones I've been thinking about for the past year. Because as someone like in the industry once said, if you think you're making the best thing ever, it probably isn't, so it's a good idea to kind of rethink what you do. So first, I looked at a gaming advert. This is similar to what I did for my last project with advertising. For my last project I made an advert for a gaming console. This time it would be for a specific advert. I looked at this first game, Resident Evil 2. This is kind of a game that's just come out and has kind of 2 protagonists. And I thought I had an idea of making 2 separate 30-second adverts kind of revolve around each other. Then I looked at some older games like kind of Bioshock, and Halo, and sort of stay kind of away from different genres, Bioshock's from horror. So I thought, oh, maybe I could do like a horror advert and see what they do in the gameplay, kind of remake the atmosphere without having to show up the gameplay. Or kind of I thought, although it's more like a mafia heist type thing, maybe I could make something around that, which I used footage from the game, which I did for my last project. Then Halo is more like a war thing, and that I wanted to kind of make something kind of in-universe, kind of its own little story that would take place over the course of some adverts. But when I was kind of thinking about doing this, I thought it's a little bit too similar to my last project, which I did, which was for an advert. So I thought I really wanted to go into a new direction. So instead, I looked at making an experimental short film. So recently I watched a movie called The Favourite that's just come out, which kind of, if you look at trailers and stuff, it doesn't look like it's experimental. When you watch it, there's some really weird experimental art imagery, and that really gave me a lot of inspiration to sort of make this thing. Then another film that I really liked that came out a while ago is called Under the Skin, and that's kind of very weird, very experimental, very odd film. And one thing that really stood out to me is a scene that was completely black and they managed to light it, even though it's a completely pitch black room, but all of the actors are lit really well. And I haven't really done lighting that much in my past work, so I really wanted to kind of go in that direction, see if I could light something and how lighting works, and do a lot of research into that. And finally, a film that's really old, which doesn't seem like it's experimental when you watch it, but I think it is Evil Dead 2, which kind of takes like this really weird, silly, funny, campy horror story and just like cranks up to 11. And I thought, well, if I could do something like that, then it would be really entertaining and interesting to watch. So that's sort of something I thought about doing. Finally, I thought about doing some TV promo. So we've all kind of watched the promos that people from the past years have done and thought they were really good. So I kind of looked at shows that I like watching and what kind of starts me, so like a detective style show. And I thought about doing maybe 3 separate 30-second detective like trailers, and each one would be a different style of genre. Detective fiction, like gothic horror is kind of one that's where it's out in like the woods, it's very scary. Another one, like the Big Sleep or Black Dahlia, kind of city stuff, so maybe kind of different colour palettes for each one. But at the end of all this, I really what stood out to me was an experimental short film, and that's really what I wanted to do, and that's the direction I chose to go. So my intentions for this project is to create an original experimental short film. Now to do this, I had to look at the competition, look at what other people are making, and kind of what's been put on YouTube. So I looked at these kind of experimental short films. I did a little brief analysis on them as to what they did well, what they didn't do so well. And a lot of the theme throughout them was just really strong, weird visuals, and I wanted to kind of replicate that on my own. And that's sort of what I wanted to do. As well as that, it's using a wide variety of equipment. So here I've had a different selection of cameras, and I think that would be really interesting to have maybe got a HD Canon camera, but also having a hand camera and an iPhone, and kind of using all the footage in interesting ways. Maybe if I want to have it from the perspective of a person, I can use an iPhone footage, or if I want to have it kind of like a voyeuristic shot, someone looking at someone, it could be maybe lower quality, and then kind of using those ideas, maybe being a bit weird and different, and maybe will kind of put the viewer in a different type of mindset and microphone that they're watching the short film. As well as that, a lot of the things that these films do that I wanted to do that they don't is having an actor as the main kind of centerpiece that this sort of follows around. So a lot of the time these experimental short films, it's just sort of imagery that kind of comes together and you just sort of watch it, and that's not really much to it. But mine, when it's like an actor for a point of reference for the audience, so if they watch it, they can be like, oh, I can relate to that person, I can see what's going on, I can see how I would react in that situation, which I thought was very important. So a really important thing I wanted to do was use a variety of media. So for the past kind of projects that we've done like music video, print, social action, all this stuff, and I really wanted to come and take all that from a kind of major project and apply it some way. So even though this would be a short film and it's moving image, I wanted to make some posters or graphics, or maybe stuff that we do in print, or use sound effects and music to edit that. That's what we do in a music video. For like social media, making a website, that could be advertising or social action, creating a campaign and awareness about the short film, and we're trying to advertise it to a certain view, and I thought that was really cool and effective and helpful. So, other experimental short films I've looked at this one called Angst, which is kind of what I found most effective from it was the visuals. I think it looks, the cinematography is like brilliant and gorgeous, it looks amazing. And how I managed to get these kind of mundane, boring shots of buildings or the sky, and it just looks like really cool and interesting. And I wanted to take that, but maybe add an actual story and narrative towards it, so just having these shots of just stuff kind of happening, actually have like a narrative something to watch. Another one, which is an Emmy-winning short film, so it's kind of got a lot of awards, was Infinite, and this one was really weird. It's like some guy like guitar and a ball shows up and he turns into an old man. It was very strange and odd, and from there I was thinking, well, although it was cool to watch, I didn't really know what was going on because there wasn't a performance of someone I could follow throughout the video. And that's what I want to do. I want to take something more mainstream and more accessible, like a normal short film, and then add experimental parts into it, which is what I wanted to do for my first idea. So being able to take that and put it into this new one, having everything come full circle, I think is really good and helpful, and really helped me make the film. So I made a SWOT analysis for things that could go wrong. So I think strengths that I have is editing and not using equipment and filming. That's something that we've done, and we've all done here, and I think it's really good that we've all learned how to do it, and this is something I really feel strong and comfortable in doing. So this is what I wanted to do, and that's what I feel like making a short film would really play to those strengths. Weaknesses, so once again, as I said earlier, I haven't really done lighting and stuff for my last advertising thing. Although it was shot well, there's one problem that I feel I had with it was the lighting. It was very dark, I couldn't really see what was going on. So for this, I really wanted to maybe use some professional lights, but obviously, it costs a lot of money. So kind of using more creative and interesting ways to use these lights for research, and have like lots of stuff on my blog about this is how people use lights, this is how this one uses lights, this is how that one uses lights. And just talk about what equipment I should use and what I shouldn't use, and just really get a really wide variety of research that I could apply to when making a short film I can reference back to. Opportunities, so with the lighting, and if I learn about it, I could possibly create stuff like this, where it's very weird and odd looking, like someone here, I don't know how they got that shot or that shot, but that's what I want to be able to do. I want to get the opportunity to learn it, and really the only way you can do that is to do really good research and sort of figure out, okay, this is how people in the past have done it, this is how I can do it. Threats, much like most past projects or I imagine any film set or anything at all, it's just footage going missing and broken equipment. This is sort of like a big handicap for a lot of studios and companies and sets all around the world. And I think a lot of people, there are a lot of safeguards that you can go against it, and a lot of stuff that I want to go and like research and look into. Okay, well, this is how people kind of nullify those threats and just make the whole set and shoot a lot easier. So, for my target audience, I have done a survey, which we'll get onto in a second, but I thought I wanted to do a little bit more in-depth look for my target audience. So instead of doing a survey and just putting it out on the web, I also wanted to look and research into what other people have said. So I looked at some other short films, and here's a comment from someone who maybe just likes watching short films and doesn't really have a whole knowledge into media, but in the second one, clearly they do care about it, and they can't spell for 2 hours of very good what that against them. So you have good audio, high quality shots, something to watch it, like seeing, and I thought doing that and having a lot of research into different people and what their opinions on short films were could really help inform my own. As well as that, I've researched into more movie forums on related websites. So these are all like chat groups or places, so if you want to go somewhere and be shouted at for having an opinion on a film, this is a really good place to go. And after that, I did make a survey. I tried to have kind of the whole qualitative question. Someone could hear like tap once a week how many times you watch a film, but also what you think about watching films, or any reviewing films, anything that stand out to you, stuff like that. And at the end, I try to have something that uses both, but as a qualitative and quantitative in one question, so I can get a really wide variety of information. So as that, I've been trying to include just some basics of like how old are you, your gender, just basic stuff that could really inform who I'm meant to be really targeting towards and where I should target it and what time and when. And then sort of to get, instead of just kind of putting it throughout here in the class, which on the internet, I really wanted to use my own personal social media to kind of get answers from different people. And so here I've done cinematography kind of forum group, and I put it there. So there I pick people who work in cinematography or do it, cinematography as a profession, get their opinion. As well as that, I put it on my Twitter. I don't have the most followers, but you know, fingers crossed I get some people to kind of come and talk about it. So finally, I just thought about evaluating the challenges. So making a narrative for experimental short films, that might be a little bit difficult because you have to try to make it out of kind of images and you know weird things trying to tie it together. So you know, just look, so I've made plans to look at different screenplays that maybe kind of delve into experimental, or storyboards, or just kind of looking at basic structure for stories in the past. As well as that, we'd be directing and organising a professional actor, so something that I looked about from other past people's work from the past years. Someone used their own professional actor, and I thought that was really cool, so I've been like looking this past week into meeting professional actors and seeing if they're available, if they want to do it, and I'm talking about them, and then trying to like get them to a timesheet and actually sign something, and driving them and paying for like their stay or something. That is all stuff that's like new territory for me, but I think that could be really interesting and helpful. And also just editing sound and music to sort of like really strange and weird visuals, something I've really done before. I'm very excited to do it. It's like a whole new territory for me, and I think that could be really interesting and cool. So yeah, any questions? Any questions? So,
how long do you plan to make the film?
Well, from hearing like people talk here, they said that the exam only looks at it for 10 minutes. So with that in mind, I want to kind of push it to maybe like the 7-minute mark, really go far. I'm going to go through different genres, but I don't want it to get too long, because that's a big thing that will handicap like the whole production. Someone's watching it like, oh, this is boring, I can't be bothered. So around less than a minute. Tom?
When you say about sharing visuals, do you have anything in mind?
I do. So when I showed Evil Dead, there's a shot in Evil Dead where it's kind of looking at a mirror, and something drops, and then the mirror turns into water, and then a hand comes out. And that just really, when I sort of watched that for the first time, that kicked off this entire strain about making an experimental short film. Stuff like that, using practical, real effects, and really like tricking the audience. I don't want to go on After Effects and kind of like make this sort of weird stuff. I want to use it to be real and practical. And from that, I have like full ideas about how I can recreate shots and stuff I like, make new shots and ideas. A lot of it's going to take a lot of planning and research and time.
What's the age range for you talking about?
So yeah, the age range is around like people kind of 20, 26, around that time, people who are old enough to kind of look at it and appreciate it and be mature about it, who aren't young enough to be like, oh, this is silly, who aren't old enough to be like, this is like, oh, one of my citizen came and that's it. You know, that sort of group of people who are open-minded, like looking into it and like, you know, making films that counts.
You're very set up on like the lighting side of things, which is really admirable. What are you going to do if the lighting doesn't work out for you to have like a plan B?
Well, the main thing about the lighting is I don't want it to be a place where it can break, but if it does break, a lot of it will just be like planning and research and looking into what other people do. So I think maybe if I can't get a big professional light, maybe completely pitch black in the room, just using the light on an iPhone, because if it's black, the room's black, any light is going to light up the scene a lot. So stuff like that, using kind of small stuff, everyday stuff, which isn't going to a big budget, and being able to kind of like apply that to the FMP. Anyone else?